Hello gorgeous people, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we go over a FNAF VHS series slash analog horror series called Mackenzie's Learning Lodge. In this series, we learned about Mackenzie's Learning Lodge, a place that combines animatronic entertainment with educational exhibits. We learned about several different animatronics and all their unique abilities and things that they could do and teach, but of course, they have a creepy side to them. This series caught me completely off guard because it has very original animatronic designs, and although they could seem really nice and cool, they are extremely creepy at the same time, and honestly, if I saw these things in real life, I would not be going to this place. But today, we're gonna react to this entire series and see if we could figure out what's really causing these animatronics to be as creepy and evil as they are. This series was created by Meglas, whose link to their channel will be at the top of the description down below. Please be sure to go and support your FNAF VHS horror creators. And alright guys, I really enjoyed this series, so here we go. Let's jump right in. Okay, here we go. First video, hide and seek. Okay, we are definitely hiding under a table right now. Some big feet you got there. I think it knows you might be there. Pause. Okay, so I do have to tell you that at the start of this series, the videos are very short. From what I've been told, they're very short because it's just like presenting little clips to us and it starts developing a story as we go along. So there won't really be intros like there usually is for every video. I just feel like that's a little unnecessary, especially if some of these videos we're watching are like 15 seconds or 30 seconds long. But I will be going over them and analyzing them and whatnot, so let's go and look at that one. Okay, so first of all, the description says, a bit of hide and seek, played with a new moose animatronic I made for an original FNAF-based cast I'm working on. Don't have a name for her yet, though. Edit, I settled on Mackenzie Moose. You can have a closer look at her model here. This horrifying thing is Mackenzie Moose, which, in the FNAF world, this is a significantly larger animatronic than like Freddy or Bonnie, at least from the looks of it. I mean, first of all, those feet are huge, and the strength on this one too. I mean, look, it just pinches the bottom of a table and effortlessly chucks that table away. Now, it does look like our character gets eaten here by Mackenzie Moose. But given that the series name is Mackenzie's Learning Lodge, I'm gonna guess that this is our main animatronic that we're gonna be following, or that at least is the mascot of this place. Let's jump into the next one. Okay, so this one is called Links in the Arcade. Okay, this one looks like oh damn. That one jumped. Okay, so this has to be a cat, right? And it looks like a cat the way it jumps, like how it kind of just dives across here. But wait, that's a really long cat. I just realized, look at how long the legs are on that thing. Jesus. And then we see it again towards the end of the video, but this time it's standing up on its hind legs, which is really creepy to see a cat do, especially an animatronic cat this big. Okay, so the description of this one says, short video I made with my new Lynx model. Pretty happy with how the fur on this model turned out. Very excited to be closer to having the full fleshed out cast that I can begin to make longer form animations with. I have 4 more animatronics in mind that need making. But the weird thing is, you may notice that there are a few letters capitalized where they shouldn't be, and it spells out Raven. And the next video is called Heed the Raven's Call. Okay, we got some security camera footage. Oh. Dude, in the original FNAF, right? Bonnie, Chica, Freddy. Pretty creepy, pretty scary. If I turned a corner and saw this, I might actually piss my pants. Oh god, why are the feet so big? Okay, so at least this time we get like a bit of a scenery here, you know, what the place looks like. Kind of what you would expect from something FNAF, you know, a little party room we got here with the little party hats on the table. It looks like there's a stage over here too. And we obviously get this new animatronic we're being introduced to, which I'm guessing is Raven. I mean, it, you know, it calls like a raven, right? Right? That's what it sounds like, a raven? Right? Ravens make that noise. But the difference is this one looks rough. It only has like half an arm here. It looks like its chest is exposed, and it might be missing a beak that it's supposed to have. And even this arm doesn't look fully covered. It looks a little exposed too. And obviously this place is an arcade. We learned about that when we learned about this cat animatronic Lynx here. But why are the feet so big? That makes me uncomfortable. Just, they're huge. They're way too big. And then obviously we get them here, you know, smashing out the camera. Oh, it looks like there's another character back here. Unless, that kind of looks like Spring Bonnie, no? Maybe that's a reference? Maybe not. Again, now this is like FNAF VHS. Like you can see it in the title right there. So does that mean this takes place in the FNAF universe? Or is this just inspired by the FNAF VHS genre? I guess we'll find out a little more as we dive deeper into this. Oh, okay, here we go. In the description we get, the Raven is damaged and withered, but he can still alert the others. The main character he warns will be modeled later. The Raven and his pal are a side cast though, and the Moose and Lynx both have one more friend I am almost done creating. He managed to sneak into this video for those with a sharp eye. Okay, so the Raven is actually a part of like a side cast in this, but Lynx and Moose are technically the main cast, but there's still one more friend we have to introduce there. Now, the Raven can alert the others, and apparently alerts his pal, who we haven't met yet, but we do get a sneak peek at who the third character is with the Moose and Lynx, and I'm guessing that's the character on the poster, so I guess that's not Spring Bonnie? Guys, reading is incredible, and I say that because under what I read in the description already, it says, also please ignore the FNAF posters for now. Like I said in a community post, I've yet to model a location specific to these guys, so I'm using the pizzeria from the Jawbreak video while I work on the cast. So ignore the posters, ignore the background. So anything that I pointed out in this video, pretty much ignore, except for the animatronics. But they did say that a character snuck in here somewhere, so where is that? Okay, after rewatching, I now understand. The Raven was making the noises, and then Mackenzie and Lynx both were like, okay, let's go look. And then they came to here and saw the camera, and then they took out the camera. So the Raven was basically saying like, yo, hey, someone's recording us. We gotta take care of this. I can't find where this hidden animatronic is supposed to be though. Well done, well done. Okay. I had to go back and go through it in a bit more of a frame by frame detail, but between this section and this section, you could see it here, and it looks like some kind of beaver, which I believe is going to be shown to us in the next video, but that is really cool. I like that extremely small detail. That's very cool. Okay, yeah, this next video is called The Beaver's Gift. Oh, nah. What is that? Is that like a little hammer? I thought he was gonna grab the hammer and go like bonk, but okay. Yeah, eat me with your teeth, I guess, too. Yeah, nah, I hate him. Like, I hate him in the way that yeah, no, like the tiny eyes and those teeth and just the fact that the jaw opens like that. Yeah, nah, I'm good. Is it holding a mallet? I guess this is a mallet, not a hammer. Are they the same thing? But I guess it's holding this because, you know, like you know those like beaver gopher games where you like hit them on the head Is that why? Is that why it's holding it? But let's get a slowdown on this chomp here. Yeah. No thanks. No thanks. That's going right into your skull. And this one's going into your jaw. Yeah, no. And the description for this one says, Bao the Beaver has blocked you in by building his own mini doorway dams. Will you accept his gift? This marks the completion of the main cast of Mackenzie the Moose, Lila the Lynx, and now Bao the Beaver. And I'm not done yet though. Before I move on to modeling Mackenzie's Moose's Learning Lodge, I still need to make the Raven's Friend and one final standalone animatronic that I think you will all enjoy. Unless you have submechanophobia? What is that? An intense and irrational fear of submerged human-made objects. They really have a phobia for everything, huh? I've never heard of this one before, but that's interesting. So is this gonna be like an underwater animatronic type thing? But it seems like in these videos, like they just said in the description, we're just learning about these animatronics and getting introduced to them and how they look, how they sound, how they work. And it seems like moving forward, we'll actually see Mackenzie's Learning Lodge, which is going to be the actual setting of this place. And the next video is actually a bit longer than the last few that we watched. The next one is called Showtime and is like 1 minute and 40 seconds long. The following tape is property of Mackenzie's Robotics LLC for internal use only. All song recordings are used only for testing purposes and belong to Showbiz Pizza and their respective owners. Do not redistribute. Why are you looking at me like that? I was complimenting you guys. Nobody remembers anymore. Remember. Was that a chainsaw sound? Also, was that song copyrighted? Please tell me it's not copyrighted. Okay, let's read the description here. Hey, figured I'd run a little Showtime routine of the animatronics before sending them over back to you. Just to make sure everything was in order, I decided to use an old recording from when I got to work on another gang over at Showbiz Pizza. Mackenzie had a slight freeze up, but it seemed to quickly resolve itself. You should be good to program them how you like once they arrive at the lodge. Sadly, we'll be closing for the winter months, so we can't take the raven, wolf, or the shark in just yet. But once we are back up and running, I will let you know. It would probably be best to keep them in an idle mode though until we take a look at them, just in case the error reports end up wiping like last time. Would make our jobs a whole lot easier to avoid that again. Anyway, I hope we can help you again in the future, and happy holiday. 010010. Yeah, so it's a bunch of binary after that. So let me translate what that binary says real quick. And the binary translates to tear it down. So, and is that in reference to the lodge they're saying to take down? Okay, so basically this video that we just watched was like a test run just to make sure that the animatronics work and that they can be programmed well. But they do point out that they can't take or work on the raven, wolf, or the shark. So there's going to be a wolf, which I'm guessing is the raven's friend. And then obviously now the underwater one is the shark. I'm really curious to see how the wolf and the shark look. I bet the shark is going to look awesome. That's another thing too. I really do love the designs of these guys. It's very different. It's not just the usual FNAF stuff that I feel like we get where they just look like FNAF animatronics with a slightly different face. These actually do have like different, I don't know, looks to them. Obviously the Mackenzie one is huge, and then, you know, my guy Bao, I hope we're pronouncing that right. My guy Bow the Beaver over here, he's got the weird little eyes and just interesting looking. Now, I am concerned about the chainsaw thing at the end with the nobody remembers anymore. And then obviously with the tear it down in the description. So I'm getting the feeling that these animatronics have been used before and maybe something really bad and sinister has happened in the past. And that's why they're saying, you know, nobody remembers now, remember, and then you hear the chainsaw sound, it sounds like. But let's try to learn some more. Let's jump into the next one, which is called Thalassophobia. Which, in case you didn't know, thalassophobia is an intense and persistent fear of deep bodies of water, such as the ocean, seas, or lakes. So I'm guessing we're gonna see the shark animatronic now. Oh, no, look at those teeth. Oh, it's fast. Is there multiple? Wait, hold on. This looks like a shark here, but then this looks like a whale, right? Yeah, that looks like a whale there. Yeah, that looks like an orca. Hold on, let's read the description. Hey there, I know the office is sort of bare bones right now, but we're still in the process of setting up for you. Though you do have this computer for emails like this one and for checking security cameras, and a great view of the orca/shark demo tank as well. Alright, so that confirms orca and shark were both in there. No doors installed quite yet, so I hope you aren't afraid of the dark. Please do keep in mind we have to keep the animatronics on for the time being due to an issue with them deleting error logs when they shut down. It shouldn't do that, but all the animatronics we bring on site have had it happen to them. So that's an important point because we did hear about that in the description of the last video about them deleting error logs. So I guess if an error happened and you went into these animatronic files, you wouldn't even be able to see it because they just seem to be deleting it, which I guess is kind of like deleting proof of malfunctioning, right? Among other weird things. Regardless, we will be sending them back to the company who has been retrofitting these guys for us sooner or later. Just bear in mind that the orca will be a little more aggressive with the shark than it should be until we get someone to check it out. It's only an upper torso linked to the little cave entrance it's in though, so as long as you keep the shark to the left side of the tank, it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Worst case scenario, you can call the beaver in to make repairs to the window should it get damaged at all. Nifty, ain't it? Anyway, other than that, you have an on-site dedicated rest area for the week before you swap your post with the next guard in the rotation. Keep the place safe until then. He said, worst case scenario, you could call in the beaver to make repairs to the window. So the animatronics aren't just for entertainment, they can actually do jobs? Because if I remember correctly, they did say the beaver before, like, blocks up entrances, right? Yeah, Bao the Beaver has blocked you in by building his own mini doorway dams. So he actually can do jobs for you. That's pretty crazy. But alright, let's jump into the next one, which is called The Blinded Wolf. That's insane. It's, oh, you idiot. And there we go. Looks like there's evidence of the Raven helping his buddy, the Wolf, by basically alerting him and being like, hey, he's over here, come kill him. But this guy is huge. I don't know if it's as big as Mackenzie Moose, but it is still gigantic. It doesn't even really look like a wolf. At least its head doesn't. It kind of looks like it here, like it's got the claws and stuff, but still it's so like hunched and stuff. Ugh. The description for this one says, ravens and wolves have been known to form symbiotic bonds for life. Ravens will even lead wolves to carcasses or potential prey to share in the resulting meal. Is that true?
Upper Lima, Lower Papa, Upper November, Upper Whiskey, Lower Uniform, 0, 1, underscore 5 lower Sierra upper Yankee.
Okay, hold on a minute. Oh, okay, I see. We're getting a code here. What I got out of that was uppercase L, lowercase p, uppercase N, uppercase W, lowercase u, 01 underscore 5, lowercase c, and y, which combined with the description, which says outgoing transmission awaiting input, and with the question mark V =, this is probably a YouTube link. Okay, so turns out I had the entire URL right. It was www.youtube.com/watch V capital L lowercase p capital NW lowercase u 01 underscore 5 lowercase s capital Y. I put CY at the end instead by accident. But when you put that in, you get another video called Transmission Received, which we'll watch in 1 second. But first, I just want to go through again a little bit more. I saw people pointing out in the comments the arcade cabinet that's seen in the video, which you could see right here. You can see a piece of it here. And the comments recognized it as the Polybius arcade machine. So here's what it looks like just for reference. You could tell that it is definitely very similar to that one. Polybius is a fictitious 1981 arcade game that features in an urban legend. The legend describes the game as part of a government-run crowdsourced psychology experiment based in Portland, Oregon, where basically the game was kind of addicting to some people, it seems, and the machines were visited by men in black to collect data, and apparently players suffered from series of unpleasant side effects such as seizures, amnesia, insomnia, and night terrors and hallucinations. And apparently a month after its release, it disappeared without a trace. But there seems to be no proof it actually existed. It's just a legend, but it's interesting to see it here in a truck with the rest of the animatronics here. But now let's jump into the next video, which was Transmission Received. So we get a little newspaper article here which says Wednesday, June 5th? I think that says June 5th, 1955. Chainsaw murderer apprehended. So this might make sense. Remember, we heard that chainsaw sound and it said nobody remembers. This is starting to connect now. The man behind the spree of murders at parks all across Washington state has been apprehended and will be facing the death penalty. While most of his victims' bodies have been discovered, there are still missing persons cases believed to be tied to the series of murders that have yet to be found. So a murderer went on a killing spree in Washington state and he's been caught, but it seems that not all of his victims have been discovered and it may be linked to other different missing persons. And this happened in 1955. I actually don't know what year we're currently in with these animatronics and stuff, but I'm wondering how this connects. Is this going to be like, you know, FNAF styled in the way that, you know, the main animatronic is actually possessed by this killer, or I guess we'll have to see. There also is a binary code in the description here, so let me translate that, and I'll just tell you it translates to forgotten, which now we know 100% connects this to the video, and we're told that people have forgotten, and we heard the chainsaw sound effects. But now let's jump into this next video called Beware the Hell Fawn.
Alright, this better work.
Oh no. Don't get ahead of yourself. You have to understand first. Mackenzie's Learning Lodge. Okay, we're getting closer to the reveal of this place. See you soon. And the description for this one says, a horrific form made whole from fragmented pieces, no longer restricted like before. All will remember in due time. The Hell Fawn will make sure of that. But you must start from the beginning. A horrific form made whole from fragmented pieces. Now, I could be jumping to conclusions here, but if we're connecting this to a murderer who killed like a ton of people, could those fragmented pieces be the victims now coming together? They're no longer restricted like before, and all will remember in due time. The Hellfawn will remember that. Could this animatronic, whatever the Hellfawn is, be, you know, the culmination of all of these victims' souls together, now wanting to make sure that people remember what happened? I don't know. I could just be jumping to conclusions there. I'm just trying to sort things with what we got right now. But this kind of looks like Mackenzie, right? Like a more destroyed version, but I feel like the mouth looks very similar. But did you hear the sound at the beginning? Again, it's also interesting that we're outside this time, so either the animatronics are outside or this is something else completely different. Okay, so the next video that is in the playlist for the Mackenzie's Learning Lodge series was called The Worst Has Happened, and it's a 7-minute video of the creator, Meglas, basically talking about how their hard drive got completely wiped, including all of the models for the characters in this series and all the videos that they were working on. Everything that they had for this series got wiped. But that was 6 months ago, and now there is at least 12 more videos after this one. So big shout out to Meglas for, you know, basically starting from scratch again and getting this all back together just to keep this series going. Really shows how passionate they are about this, and I want to give a big shout out to them again in the middle of the video right now. Guys, please, if you are enjoying this series so far and you're enjoying what you're seeing, go subscribe to Meglas, whose link to the channel will be at the top of the description down below. Again, if you guys don't support these content creators, then you can't get content like this from me. So please go and support them, go subscribe, go become a member, go watch these videos for yourself, go drop likes on the videos. I would really appreciate it, and I'm sure they would too. But alright, we're gonna move on to the next video in the series, which is called Head for Sale. That is a wild title to a video. Next item, abandoned Mackenzie animatronic testing head. Okay. Definitely looks similar to Mackenzie's head, but not the same. This animatronic head was found in an abandoned Mackenzie's Learning Lodge. This head model was only used for testing out new techniques for moving robotic characters. Animatronics tend to sell for higher prices than most other items in our inventory, but a Mackenzie brand animatronic is particularly rare, and its nature as a testing model makes it a unique piece for any collection. Wait. This piece's value is increased further due to the now infamous events of the... Is this implying that those chainsaw killings happened in a Mackenzie Learning Lodge? They're covering it up. They don't want to tell us. Mackenzie's testing animatronic head. Call now. 555-0123. Obviously a fake number. Not gonna lie, I would buy that. Okay, so let's go into the description here now. Footage from a late night airing of Abe's Oddities, showing a Mackenzie brand animatronic head for sale. The head is in poor condition and is a model only meant for backstage maintenance and testing purposes. No doubt it will sell for a good chunk of change, considering both animatronic enthusiasts and paranormal fanatics go crazy for anything Mackenzie related nowadays. So the way that it says this animatronic's head was found in an abandoned Mackenzie's Learning Lodge makes it sound like that there may have been more than one. I guess there's a chance I'm misunderstanding that, but we do get confirmation that there were infamous events that happened, which I'm gonna guess is those chainsaw murders that we heard about a few videos ago. So if we have a timeline now, either the animatronics existed and then the murders happened at Mackenzie's Learning Lodge, or Mackenzie's Learning Lodge happened, then the murders happened, and then now Mackenzie's Learning Lodge is opening back up again, maybe with new animatronics. Not 100% sure yet, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, I actually think I just answered my own question, because the next video is called Rebrand Mackenzie. Employee tape, do not redistribute. Yeah. Mackenzie's Learning Lodge, okay. Rebranding initiative. Training tape, Mackenzie. This tape will run you through the basics of checking an animatronic for functionality throughout the rebranding process. If anything does not operate as demonstrated in this training tape, flag down an animatronic engineer for assistance in repairs. Oh, hell no. If I walked into a maintenance room and saw this thing sitting on a table, yeah, no. This is an empty Mackenzie suit? Follow rigging procedure? Don't tell me people get in this thing. Great. Test 1, boot up. Or maybe this is one of those things where like it has an endoskeleton and this is just the shell for it? I'm not too sure. Test 2, jaw. Big enough for a human head to fit. Go back, please. Multiple bodies discovered. Ooh, what year is that? Multiple bodies have been discovered in packs. Oh man, that's too hard to read. Hold on. Yeah, no. I can't quite read it. Test 3, eyes. Looking good, Mackenzie. Ugh, I don't agree. Mackenzie's Learning Lodge. Oh, hey. How are you? When? When what? Is that it? Okay, that's it. All right, let's read the description for that one. First step in our rebranding initiative. The animatronic characters at Mackenzie were not up to our standard robotics-wise or design-wise, so we decided to completely rebrand. First training tape is of testing for the Mackenzie design. Okay, shout out to Spiral6213 in the comments because they were able to read what we paused for earlier. Multiple bodies have been discovered in parks across the state today, prompting park services to search for more potential burial sites. Law enforcement officials are working hard to try and track down the murder responsible. 5 family members all died of the kitchen smashed open to identify the victim. It's tough right now for all of us who have lost someone because of this man. We hope people will respect the privacy at this. Okay, so just some information on another killer. So the fact that it says the animatronic characters at Mackenzie were not up to our standards robotics wise makes me think that Mackenzie's Learning Lodge was a thing with animatronics. Then a big event happened, maybe the chainsaw murderer killed a bunch of people in Mackenzie's, maybe that's where it all took place, and then obviously all the Mackenzies were shut down because of this. But now Mackenzie's Learning Lodge is trying to rebrand, reopen, reset up these animatronics and start new again, and that's what we're seeing here. At least that's what I'm getting from this. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but we still have quite a few videos to go through, so we'll continue and see what we continue learning. But it looks like we're about to get a new rebrand understanding of every animatronic that we've gone over so far, like Lila, Biao, the Raven, the Wolf. So let's just go on to the next one. Rebrand Lila. Employee tape, do not redistribute. Edit note from management. Mackenzie will be snowed in this winter. All right, hold on. Slow down. Slow it down. Mackenzie's will be snowed in this winter. Preparations still need to be made for the grand opening, which will happen come springtime. Please make sure to get as much work done before the winter watch comes around to man the post. From management. October 23rd, 1999. So 50 years later, after those killings happened with the chainsaw killer. So this is like, if the chainsaw killings is what shut down Mackenzie originally, and now they're rebranding a long time later. That's crazy. So the opening is going to happen springtime, but right now they're still making preparations in the winter. Okay. Mackenzie's Learning Lodge. Rebranding initiative, training tape, Lila. This tape will run you through the basics, yep. Note, Lila's internal components should be quieter than the other animatronics. Why? But all of this seems to be the same as the last video. If anything does not operate, let us know. Oh, this is an empty Lila suit. Insert the endo to begin. Okay, so it is endos going inside. Good, time to begin testing. I see Lila's on a snowboard now. Test 1, boot up. Test 2, board magnet toggling and jump. Secure Lila with elastic harness before jump. Okay, they made the feet smaller. Nice. That's pretty cool. Test 3. Retro reflective eye lenses. Okay. Test 4. Set mask in position A and B with internal magnets. Okay. We are ready to hit the slopes. This is cool. I like this redesign. Got the mask and the snowboard now. The feet are smaller. Oh, hell no. Body. Okay, so the first video said when, right? And now this says body, so when body. That's what I got so far. All right, anything in the description for this one? The Aladdin animatronic has been our most advanced one yet, boasting a much more flexible frame than our other animatronics. We figured what better direction to take her than to sports. Snowboarding / skiing equipment will be sold on site come the following winters. Very cool idea. Okay, not much to note there, honestly, that I saw, so we're just gonna move on to the next one, which is rebrand Biao. Biao? How do I pronounce his name, man?
Bo.
Bo? Oh my god, the comments have definitely lit me up by now about this. I did not know that's how you pronounce it. No, you're still so creepy looking, dude. They gotta fix those teeth, Bo. Alright, yep, same old, same old. This is an empty Biao suit, Bo suit. Insert the endo to begin. They look so creepy when they're just like empty. Good, time to begin testing. Test 1, boot up. Those teeth are way too sharp. We gotta dull those. Test 2, tail movement. Okay, that's cool. Test 3, jaw movement. Too wide, too wide. There is no reason why this thing's mouth should open up that wide. Just so happens to be wide enough for my head to probably fit in there. I seem to have paused at a perfect time there. Nah, see, it's just too... No. We're just asking for a bite of 87. They gave up too soon. I'm almost found. Huh? What? Who gave up too soon? Was. Okay, so when body was. Alright, it's definitely, I feel like it's definitely these words, but they're just not in the right order right now. Now, the fact that it said they gave up too soon, I'm almost found, makes it seem like that Bao or whatever is maybe possessing this animatronic might have been a victim. Like they almost found his body, but they gave up too soon before finding it. And the entire description of this one is in binary. So let me just translate that real quick. They all moved on to bigger events is what the description translates to. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is Blueprint Raven. Is that text flashing on screen? I'm pretty sure that is. Parts. It's not clear enough. New parts? I feel like I saw the word soul in here when we were watching. Same soul. So new parts, same soul. All right, which definitely confirms to me there's souls locked into these animatronics, and even though they're getting rebranded and, you know, fixed up, they still have the same soul inside of them. The description for this one also says, hey, I know you said in our last email that the Raven and Wolf were completely retrofitted to avoid a repeat of last time. But as soon as we got them on premises, they just begin to tear into themselves all over again if we separate them for too long. I won't pretend to know how these things work, but if you put something in them to have them linked for the security system. Could you maybe disable it? This is becoming a really expensive problem for me, and now we have to open this spring with 2 of our attractions completely out of commission. I'll try and extract the locks from the animatronics like you said, but so far they've all been blank as usual. Because when they have the error codes, they automatically delete them. We can't get them down from the lodge until after winter, but maybe you can come on site to inspect them? Maybe the original inspectors missed something since we had to rush it a bit. Let me know what can be done ASAP. So they begin to tear into themselves if they're separated, the raven and the wolf. So it seems the souls in the raven and the wolf may have been very closely related, and that's why they're like partnered up together most of the time. And that must be why when we saw the raven in the past, it's all beat up because it was tearing itself apart when it was separated from the wolf at certain points. Very interesting. Okay, but now let's move on to the next video, which I believe is the rebrand of the raven. It's called Rebrand Richard. All right. Ooh, we actually get to see more of the body. Mackenzie's Learning Lodge. Rebranding initiative, training tape, Richard. So they're calling it Richard now. Nah, this one looks dope. It's got wings. Test 1, boot up. Ooh. Oh, the lenses are like stained. What the hell just happened? Ooh. Wait, hold on. I gotta go back before I forget that. Wait, there was some kind of text here in that jump scare. Where is my friend? Probably talking about the wolf. Split. Okay, interesting. We got like no instructions there. Okay, so if we actually put all those words together that we've gotten so far, we get when body was split, which I guess could make sense if we get some more words as well. Oh, and the description for this one is binary as well. So let's go through it. And the binary translates to everyone needs a friend. So they're really hammering down on the fact that this animatronic, the raven, is supposed to be linked to the wolf, and there's got to be a solid reason for that. I'm sure as we find out more about the souls behind these animatronics, we'll learn why. I want to guess maybe brothers, siblings, best friends. But let's jump into the next video, which is Blueprint Wolf. Hold on, we already know what's gonna happen here. There's text. I'm gonna have to go frame by frame, just like the raven. I miss having friends. Aww. I'll be your friend, man. As long as you don't try to eat me or something. Alright, what'd that one say? And that said, I can only pretend now. You don't have to pretend, bro. I'll be your friend. Don't worry. Don't worry, Wolf. I'll be your friend. Or I'll reunite you with the Raven. How about that? I'm guessing that's it for this video, really. Yeah. Okay. The description for this one says, I understand the need to redesign the wolf along with the others. Just sad to see that old animatronic go. It's like erasing that diner's history. A lot of good memories with that one. Okay, so confirmed, Mackenzie's Learning Lodge is a diner. Because it says, it's like erasing that diner's history. Good to know. Let's jump into the next one. Rebrand Wolfgang. Employee tape, do not redistribute. Ooh. Bro's got a bow and arrow? Mackenzie's Learning Lodge. Preparing animatronics for external use. Wolfgang. Certain animatronics are permitted to leave the main lodge in order to fulfill certain duties. Wolfgang does this to teach the families who have purchased the deluxe package their included archery lesson. You need to make sure he's in good condition to walk through the snow surrounding the area. Excuse me? So you're telling me that this animatronic goes inside and then walks outside and starts teaching people archery? Is it even an animatronic anymore, or is it just an actual person? First, we will check Wolfgang's targeting system. Wolfgang is such a funny name. Oh, I hate that POV. That was the Raven again, right? After you double check the thermal pads, you're all set. Mackenzie's Learning Lodge. We're gonna get words at the end of this one too. So we got when body was split, and it looks like we have 2 more rebrand videos, so I'm guessing after those we'll finish up what that sentence is supposed to be. The description for this one says, make sure when you show the tape to employees, you specify that Lila and Mackenzie can leave the premises as well. Be sure to mention that Richard and Wolfgang are not going to be used till we can fix them come spring. So Lila and Mackenzie can leave and Wolfgang. So 3 of them can just walk out of the premises and come back whenever they want. Which could explain why that video earlier we saw like the outside of the lodge, it seemed like, during the winter. So that could have been any of the 3 animatronics that were out there. Although it did look like Mackenzie when we did watch that outdoor video. But it does, again, still seem like Richard and Wolfgang are still having issues. So they're definitely not going to be used yet when spring comes. But they gave this animatronic a bow and arrow. What if he just malfunctions and shoots someone by accident? Like, even if you take the horror out of it, it's a robot. Robots have had errors, have malfunctioned, have had issues, and you decided to give one a weapon. Come on, man. And now we're gonna jump into the next video, which is called Rebrand Gauge, I think it's supposed to be pronounced. It's our boy, the shark animatronic, again looking horrifying despite the rebrand. I know it's supposed to have sharp teeth, but do they have to be that big? Gauge the Great White. Gauge is an aquatic animatronic designed to take a beating. Part of its design is to allow easy access into the animatronic through the mouth for quick repairs when Opal roughs him up a little too much. This tape will train you for a typical jaw repair. Ooh, he's like, for easy access into the animatronic through the mouth for quick repairs. Bro, through this mouth? I bet these teeth aren't soft either. They're definitely like hard metal or plastic or something. Bro, start by stringing Gauge up by the tail. Okay. Now set jaw to open locked state. Perfect. Now position yourself under Gauge. Hell no, dude. This is a death sentence. Be sure nobody is near the Gauge controls. Reach into the jaw and check the ball joints. Please clean the tank, Winter Watch, from management. Hold on, was that text there? Sanctuary at last. And then in this next part it says, she hates me. Referring to Orca, maybe? Oh, there's one more thing of text there. I gotta go back. You all do. I don't hate you, man. I just think you have the potential to kill me. Now Gauge is ready for the tank. And another word, right? I like his little hat. Was. Okay. When body was split, so was. Okay, and now we're probably going to get the final word in the next video. In the description it says, construction of the underside tank and tunnel travel system is going smoothly, and the tank should be ready before the winter storm. Your shark animatronic should be able to hide below if Orca continues to be too aggressive. It connects to a few neat little spots throughout the lodge too, so you can get the most out of this animatronic. Okay, so it seems to be that there's a big tank and a travel system throughout the lodge so that the shark can just go around and do stuff, I guess. The Orca seems to be very aggressive towards it, and that's why it's able to take a beating. I wonder why the Orca is aggressive towards the shark. Again, it seems like it could have to do with the souls behind these animatronics. So I guess we'll have to find out more, especially in the next one, where I believe we're going to learn about this Orca. In the video, Rebrand Opal. Employee tapes do not redistribute. Hello! Oh, I do not like your eyes. Mackenzie's Learning Lodge. Your teeth don't look as bad. Rebranding Initiative Opal the Orca. This tape will explain Opal's drainage and maintenance system. This tape will use blueprint technology to show you how these systems will work. You will be performing maintenance and repairs on Opal typically after each hunting showtime event. And blah, 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 blah. Repairs on Opal typically after each hunting showtime event to ensure she's in top condition for the show. Alright. This is Opal. Don't worry though, the scars are intentional. Okay. First, she retreats to the cave. The cave cycles out water for air. The maintenance hatch can now open. The body clasp is swapped out. The new clasp extracts Opal, and now you can work on Opal. Okay, so just extracts the water so that it's able to be worked on, I guess. Oh, and that's it. Soul. So in total, all the words add up to say, when body was split, so was soul. When body was split, so was soul. So maybe when they were killed, their soul was split from their body and attached to the animatronics nearby. That's my guess, at least. Oh wait, there's a whole like 40 seconds left. Hold on. Take any final notes and hand them to the agent outside of your viewing room. So I'm guessing the reason why that said that at the end of that video is because all of these videos together could have been watched in one long viewing by a worker or by, I don't know, an agent or something, and they were taking notes on everything, trying to write it all down. Maybe someone's investigating this or the government's investigating this, and that's why it says write your final notes and hand it to the agent. But I do want to go back because I did notice that there were some flashes of text during that video. He is nothing. He will go nowhere. And the description for this one says, you will receive the body camera footage of the Winter Watch for review once our department is finished reviewing it for evidence. You are not to speak to anyone other than approved agents about what you have reviewed in these tapes under penalty of death. Thank you for your cooperation. Damn, how under lockdown is this information? And when it says you will receive body camera footage of the Winter Watch, I wonder if that's the footage of the person that we saw outside in that forest area a few videos back, or if that's going to be the big video that's coming up, because I see that there's a larger video coming up very soon that's a lot longer. There's also binary in the description, which we're going to go through. Let me translate that. The binary converts to, I won't be kept secret, they will remember. Again with the remembering thing and trying not to keep secrets. Now, it does say in the beginning of this one that, you know, that you can repair on Opal typically after each hunting show time. I'm guessing the hunting show time is Opal hunting Gage, because apparently orcas do actually go and eat sharks. So the whole show could just be Opal hunting Gage, and that's why Gage is meant to take a beating, just because it's part of the show. Damn, that makes me feel really bad for Gage, dude. Imagine just having a show all the time where you're just getting hunted by someone else. But alright, we got like 3 videos left in this. We have 2 very short ones and then 1 long one. So I'm very excited. Let's jump into the next one right away. It's called Copycat. December 6, 1998. Alright, I'm just gonna pause. Copycat killer, a series of suspected murders in local Washington state parks appear to be not only connected, but directly copying the methods and pattern of murders within the same area as a series of murders committed back in the 1950s. The latest, what does this say? I don't know what that says. Oh, the latest victim being one Emily Blank, who was found cut into pieces and spread across the forest trail. Alright, so someone is copying the chainsaw killer from 50 years ago, and I'm guessing this is connected because now Mackenzie's Learning Lodge is going to open again. So I'm still trying to make the connection. I know it's tied to the killings somehow, but did the killings take place in Mackenzie's Learning Lodge and then the bodies were disposed of elsewhere? Or are the victims' souls in the animatronics now? Still trying to learn that. The description of this one says, they'll remember. And now the next video is called Welcome to Mackenzie's, and it's 7 minutes long. Welcome. You have been provided the materials to write down what you will see in the following tapes. It is important for you to record everything you observe as soon as you see it. Every detail, no matter how minor it may appear, is important, so don't leave out any details in your reports. Sounds like they're talking to me. Terms of your viewing clearance. Don't conceal any notes when leaving your viewing room. Don't attempt to leave the facility until cleared to do so. Listen to all demands agents or staff members issue to you. By continuing past this point, you agree to these terms under penalty of death. I'm locked in. Dossier of the Mackenzie incident. Mackenzie's Learning Lodge was an establishment meant to combine animatronic entertainment and educational exhibits for family vacations. It never had the chance to open to the public before going bankrupt due to poorly managed budget, lawsuits, and your mom. Due to poorly managed budgets, lawsuits, and a permanently tarnished public image. Okay, so they never even officially opened, at least to the public. Now they had lawsuits and a bad public image. I wonder why. The body of a winter watchman was discovered at the lodge after snow cleared enough for an employee to inform the winter watch they were okay to return to home. Several items were reported missing from the lodge as well. Most importantly, the main cast of animatronic characters were nowhere to be found. Okay. No evidence was left behind aside from the dead body, which led to very little progress in the case of the Winter Watchman's death for several months, until a series of tapes started to appear across Washington state, followed by reported sightings of deer monsters in the forest. The following image is the best evidence we have been able to capture of its existence. Okay, so Winter Watchman's killed. His body was only found after someone went over to the place to basically clear him and be like, yo, you could go home. And when they looked at the place, there were several missing items, and all the animatronics were missing. And now apparently there's deer sightings, or deer monster sightings, in the forest. There's not a very clear image, but this is giving Mackenzie with the big jaw, and then looks like it's got antlers here. We have a reason to believe these strange occurrences are related to the Mackenzie incident and may potentially shine light not only on the death of the Winter Watch, but also allow us to find and contain the monster locals have taken to calling the Hell Fawn, which is the footage that we saw a few videos back of that thing outside. The following tape has not been edited by staff members since the date of their discovery. Okay. I'm loving this so far. We're inside Mackenzie's Learning Lodge.
This thing's supposed to be new.
What is that?
Alright, well.
I am going to turn captions on just because it's a little hard for me to hear too.
This thing's supposed to be new. Alright, well. How do I get down there? Okay. What exactly is powering those lights?
Is that the water tank?
Oh, speaking of power. Alright, let's see. Bring in animatronics. Alright. Fill out arcade. Hang up posters. Breaker. Ah. Breaker's out the door behind the building.
So I'm guessing this is the Winter Watchman's POV. And we're just watching him go about his first shift here. Turn on the breaker, get some power in there. Cameras too. God, fix those cameras, that's an annoying sound. Looks like a lot of the place is still empty because they're not ready to open yet. That looks odd. A lot of storage crates. Oh! Mackenzie! Damn, Mackenzie's huge, dude. And creepy.
Shouldn't be this heavy.
Okay, so he's bringing them all inside for the first time, it seems. Oh. What's in Mackenzie's hand? Is that an axe? What a horrible idea. Okay, they're all chilling there. And Mackenzie just walked out of the place. The first... Hold on, let me go back. What is that saying? The first gate. The tape you just viewed is the only one that has been cleared as safe so far. Every tape viewed beyond this point will require a physical exam after viewing. Most tapes that were discovered so far have been found in pairs, one labeled A and the other labeled B, respectively. The tape you just viewed was tape A, and you will now watch tape B. It's a POV inside the animatronic. End of first tape group. Damn, no. No. I wanted more. Well, that scream at the end there definitely sounded like the same scream from the forest video. So I'm guessing what happened was Winter Watchman wasn't fully paying attention. Mackenzie walks out of the place. He sees it on the security footage. He walks out of the place to go find Mackenzie, gets killed outside. And then after that point, all the animatronics escape and just walk right out. Now, as far as who's leaving the tapes though, that's a bit weird. And the description for this one says, we'll play hide and seek. I get to be seeker this time. Sounds like Mackenzie's the one seeking, and you do not want to be found by Mackenzie. But all right, we have one more video, which is another short one. So let's just watch that one. It's called Rebirth. The cocoon of my rebirth. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, dog. I'm totally confused by that last one. The description says, my mother used to love this song when she had me. It feels fitting now that I am whole again. So that was Mackenzie's Learning Lodge so far. And after going through the whole series, that was a lot of videos, by the way. That was like 24 to 25 videos. And a lot of them short, some of them a bit longer. And then we had obviously that one that was a lot longer at the end. I'm really liking this series so far. Usually when I see FNAF styled stuff, it's very, how do I explain this? Like, it's just FNAF. It's just like Bonnie and Chica and stuff like that. But it's nice to see these animatronics with these unique designs and this story to it that I'm having to try to put together. I don't know, there's something about this just a lot different. But let's go over the story so far, or at least what I can gather from it. So it seems like Mackenzie's Learning Lodge was a place that was going to open at some point in the 50s. And then due to a bad image and lawsuits, it ended up never opening to the public. We also learned that in the 50s, there was a killer going around, a chainsaw killer who had several victims. Then now, in what is like 1998, 1999, a company is trying to rebrand Mackenzie's and basically bring it back. You know, they're rebranding the animatronics, changing them up a bit, showing us how they work, showing us all their names, what they do. And we learned that Mackenzie's Learning Lodge is basically a place where these animatronics teach you different things. You know, we have the beaver who can like actually, you know, build things like dams. We have the orca chasing after the shark, teaching you that I guess orcas eat sharks, or, you know, there's sea animals fight. Then we have Lila who does snowboarding, and we have the wolf who teaches you archery. And I'm guessing Mackenzie, since Mackenzie has an axe, maybe chops wood. I'm not too sure about Mackenzie yet. Maybe I missed that. But all these animatronics have a purpose, and they're all very intelligent animatronics. They seem to be able to go in and out of the premises on their own. They teach kids things. And now that this rebrand is happening, there's a few issues with some of the animatronics. Like, we know that the Raven and the Wolf seem to be very closely connected for some reason. They also don't seem to be working right now because they tear each other apart, or they tear themselves apart. And we then see that now the Winter Watchman has been killed by what seems like Mackenzie. As we saw in that last video, you know, the Winter Watchman walks out and then Mackenzie also just starts to walk out. And after that event where the Winter Watchman's killed, all of the animatronics disappear. Then we also learn that there's a copycat killer that seems to be copying the chainsaw killings from the 50s. I hope I'm understanding all of that correctly. If I'm not, let me know in the comments. Please let me know if I'm getting any of this wrong, because we have gotten a lot of details in all of these videos that I'm trying to keep up with right now. And then we also get the important message throughout the rebrand videos, which says, when body was split, so was soul. So on one hand, I want to think when one of the victims was killed, maybe in Mackenzie's Learning Lodge in the 50s, their soul was split into all of these animatronics. But then that wouldn't explain to me why the Raven and the Wolf have such a close connection. If there's actually different souls in all of the animatronics, that would make a little more sense. Like, they all have different personalities. But why would the soul of the orca still attack the shark one? And why would the Raven and the Wolf tear themselves apart when they're separated? That's a little confusing there to me. And just the whole premise of how the chainsaw killings have to directly do with Mackenzie's. What is the premise there? Because we know that the bodies weren't kept in Mackenzie's. It says that the bodies were found in multiple parks throughout Washington state. So I'm not too sure yet, but this really does seem like, even though again we're like 25 videos deep, this does seem like it's just the beginning of this series. You know, we're getting so many short videos, we're getting introduced to the characters, and we finally get what seems to be like the first official video of the series with Welcome to Mackenzie's, which is great animation. We get to see a walkthrough of the Mackenzie's Learning Lodge, and we get to see some security footage and, you know, the Winter Watchman, what happened to him. And we also learned that this is the first grouping of many tapes that were found. So I'm sure we're definitely going to see more from this series, and I'm very excited to. And honestly, big shout out to Megla for continuing the series despite their whole hard drive getting wiped and having to restart from scratch. I think they did a great thing here by continuing the series because it's getting a lot of love right now, and I think you guys should go and show some love too. Meglas Channel will be at the top of the description down below. Please be sure to go subscribe, like their videos, comment on their videos, go watch the future videos, because if they come out with more videos and you guys want me to go over them, I probably won't go over them for a little bit. I like to let, you know, some of the videos build up so we could do like a marathon watch of them. So be sure to go subscribe to them. They have 8.5k viewers at the time of me recording this. See if we could get them to 10k or even 15k subscribers. Please guys, go and show your support, and you also have the ability to become a member and maybe even get to see videos early. But I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. I know it's a bit different because I don't usually go over FNAF, analog horror / VHS type stuff, but a lot of people were telling me to go over this series, and I heard that it was really good and I enjoyed it a lot for myself. So if you guys definitely want me to cover this series in the future, be sure to get this video to 15k likes and I'll do that. But if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like on it, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I make videos like this on my channel all the time, and we're trying to hit 1 million subs before the end of the year. And alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.